They know you, you know them, and there's always a little trickle of bad blood here and there, particularly when both teams are ranked as these two are in this one. The Bruins will kick it away to start us off. He'll bring it back from inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. So Ohio State's offense will go on the attack first. Last week was a tape they'd rather just put right in the dumpster and forget about it. David, how does a guy bounce back from a game like the one he had last week?
Well, hopefully he burned that tape, because that was not clicking. That was not what they're wanting to do, man. Just turning the football over, not enough productive plays. And so how do you bounce back? How do you get started in this football game? Jesse, make it easy. Get him in a rhythm. Don't make it very complicated. Don't give him a chance to turn it over again. You don't need to put this losing streak to another digit in the column.
Yeah, I agree. I think there was two big things. I think, one, he was just pressing. He was trying to force the big play to happen when there were other completions to be had. So he's just got to do a better job being patient. And I think the guys around him also have to step up as well. They need to run the football. They need to get that controlled passing game going on early to get into a rhythm, as you said, to help this guy get into a good headspace here early and turn the page from what happened the last time out.
Deep shot for the end zone. And it's incomplete, going for the massive, explosive play instead. They're looking at a third down. You can barely hear yourself thinking here as they're trying to get this defense off to a good start. He wants to throw it again. Quick completion on the out route. Good, solid pickup there. Now they can start to smell it with a first down at the 31. And the Buckeyes come to the line with a new set of downs. Firing to the right, complete. Makes the tackle right at the 21-yard line. Pickup of 10 on the play, and this offense is threatening with a first down. The inside handoff. An explosive play in the running game as he's got the first down. The Buckeyes pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. He'll be hauled down just inside the 10 at the 9 as they're trying to turn this into a score. These fans raising the volume on 2nd and goal. Trying to find the end zone. Good throw and catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in. On 3rd and goal, you can't hear yourself thinking here. Pressure coming. Big fella moving. And they've got him down after the short completion, but they inch closer and closer to pay dirt. Might be calling a hot route. Looking to throw, it's Stevenson. Give him 6. Touchdown, Buckeyes!
I think a lot of people probably expected to see that, right? They're playing on the road, and you know this is going to be a hostile environment, but they've got the better players, and we've seen that before. And there was no hesitation. Opening drive, they go right down the field, they score a touchdown, and they made a statement.
And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The Bruins offense has the ball for the first time. And they're going to have to contend with a secondary that is one of the best in the nation, Jesse.
And they're a complete secondary, too. When you watch them on film, they're very good defending the pass and coverage, and they can play man and zone. But I like them, David, because they're not afraid to put their face in the fan. Everybody in the back end likes to tackle and likes to be physical. That's what makes them special.
Yeah, and it's just an elite group in the back end. Multiple guys that win their individual matchups, which makes it hard to run offense. And this is a group that, yes, they tackle well, they see the football well, they break on it well. You better worry about the ground game. You better get some kind of deception going against this secondary.
And the Bruins are in the hurry-up.
Well, your opponent scored on their opening drive, so obviously no need to panic. But I know, having been in this situation as a quarterback, you want to answer right away. So really good to see him making some nice throws here on their opening drive. He's going to try and see if he can get this thing tied up.
The Bruins in a good spot here with second and short. This is the kind of game, a top 25 matchup in the early season that you look for when you're trying to build. And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. Time to take a shot. Snags it on the right. Inside the 35, knocked out of bounds. This offense with a big play, and they'll mark it at the 33.
And it's on third downs like this. If you want to attack the middle of the field, you got to look for the tight end. Really nice route. Great job looking that football in. You can tell this quarterback really has a lot of confidence when he's in the pocket looking for the big fella, and they're able to hook up there.
Behind the chains now on second and long. The play action fake. And he was hit just as he was releasing the pass, and it falls to the ground incomplete. They couldn't make the connection on second down. Now a 3rd and 7 to keep the drive alive. Fires to the tight end. He'll come through on 3rd downs. He's got enough, and they'll mark it at the 23.
You knew coming into this game, if they throw completions and get first downs, that's when they like to change up the tempo and go fast. You're seeing it here.
They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down. And the Bruins kept this drive moving on the ground, now back to work. They'll throw it from the red zone. Makes the grab. And he will score. Touchdown, UCLA. Looking for the tie with the extra point.
One of the reasons this offense is so exciting to watch, they've got guys that are dangerous after the catch. If this quarterback gets through his progression, David, hits you in stride, these guys will take it to the house.
Man, it's your job to do the rest, right? You hit me in stride where I don't have to stop running. I don't have to break down. It makes it so easy. The connection between quarterback, wide receiver, you can tell this is a good one, and that's why they got 6 on that play.
Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They took advantage of outstanding field position the last time they had it, and now they'll have a little more work to do to get on the board. Got a man in the middle. One of the great programs in the history of the sport, sort of built on the running game, but these days, Ohio State defined by explosive pass play.
Yeah, and you can call yourself whatever you want. A lot of people claim different things like wide receiver U, but when you look at Ohio State the past several years, going back 10 years probably, you can pick so many big names of guys who have been superstars, not only at the college level, but also at the NFL level.
They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground covered. Pick up the first. The Buckeyes come to the line on 3rd down, trying to keep this drive alive. He's got it. They've got it inside the 40 at the 39 as they pick up the first down. Passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. Looking to throw, it's Stevenson. Get it out on the screen. There he goes. A huge chunk play as he gets it all the way down to the 11. And the Buckeyes come to the line with a fresh set of downs. To the air on first down. Caught in the backfield. It's Smith. He is going nowhere. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Offense gets set for second down. Looking to fire. Here comes the heat. That pass is incomplete, but this has been a period in which the offenses have shined. We're through one, and what a back-and-forth battle between these two quarterbacks as we look at the stats. So they go back to work after the break, and it is 3rd down. Picked off to stop the threat.
This quarterback was having success throwing on the opening drive of the game, in large part because it's a lot harder to throw on 3rd down when the defense is expecting it, like you saw right there. They were ready. Had a really good coverage call to get the INT.
Here's a heat.
And you don't want to see this trend continue. Last week he was sacked 4 times. The offensive line, this offense as a whole, needs to get in better situations, get rid of the football faster, and not keep getting their quarterback hit.
Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Couldn't find any way to get
this defense, understanding where they are in the field. They got a chance to put points on the board, and they do.
Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. That last drive was a punch in the gut, throwing the pick in the red zone, Jesse.
Yeah, it just seemed like there was some miscommunication down there in the red zone. David, this drive, the QB and receivers just have to do a better job being on the same page.
Yeah, and I think you pull the positives, right? We moved the football down the field. We had a chance to score, but we can't let those opportunities slip between our hands. Let's go get some points.
And that's a really nice play. It's impressive. When it's first down and the defense thinks you might be running the football, you still can line up. You can get some movement at the point of attack and find a little crease for your running back.
And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf. Here comes his home crowd as the defense tries to get off the field on third down. He'll be stopped short of the line to gain. Needed about 3 more on that one. Boy, if they don't convert this fourth down, there will be questions to be answered. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. And they can't make the connection on fourth down, and they'll turn it over. The UCLA offense is back on the field, ready to go to work. Back to pass, it's McIntyre. A shot toward the end zone. Intercepted. Big play stops the drive. Trying to take him back. They finally get him down, but a huge return. Not only do they get the ball back, but man, did they set up some field position. They'll try the run. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield. Didn't get much done on that first play of the drive. It's 2nd and 11. Oh, he's got some space. And there was lots of space as he gets it to the 39-yard line. The Buckeyes, after ripping off that huge run, let's see if they can do it again. Got a man, it's Bell. No chance to run, but they still move it forward. After the first down completion, it's 2nd and short. Wants to go up top. Looking down the middle. Snags it. They will score. Touchdown, Ohio State.
Well, this offense is top 10 in the country in points per game because they've got a lot of speed and they've got home run hitters. They score fast. They don't need 10 plays to go down the field. You saw it right there. They've recruited well. They've got playmakers. They are going to be a problem for defenses all year long.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. UCLA will go back to work on offense. Well, the good news about this drive, Jesse, it can't go worse than last time through a pick on the first play.
No, it certainly can't. I think one good way, David, to help your quarterback turn the page is just find him an easy completion here and let him get back into a run.
Yeah, or find him an easy handoff. Just hand the football off, maybe get the ground game going, maybe jumpstart this offense a little bit.
Looking to throw on first down. A little screen to the running back. And it's pretty obvious there was a big hole in that screen, and the defense ran right through it. The Bruins with a long way to go after the loss on the last play. Dropping back, it's McIntyre. Gets it to him on the screen. And that one looked great on the grease board, but when they blow it up like that, the defense is going to win every time. The last 2 plays have not gone as scripted. It's 3rd and 19. Wants to throw it. Can't make the connection on 3rd down thanks to that tough, hard-nosed pass defense, and now it's 4th down. And the Bruins will punt this one away. First time we've seen their punt team this afternoon. They'll put that return to a stop at the 33, but the offense set up in pretty good field position. They've got a little time here to put together a productive drive late in the half. Turning it on! Really good job by everybody there. Well blocked, good run, and a first down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Wants to throw on first down. He's moving out of the pocket. Now he'll throw back into the middle. Touchdown, Buckeyes! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. How efficient have they been as they extend this lead here in Week 5?
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays, just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
Wants to go up top on first down. They get him a rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20. We're at the 2-minute timeout, and these guys really need to build a little momentum to cut into this lead before halftime. This offensive line has just been unable to keep them away from the quarterback. Now it's second and long. Looking deep down the right side. And that ball is hauled in inside the 35. Touchdown, Bruins! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing.
And I tell you what, that passing touchdown, man, that should spark this whole team. Like, the comeback is more than on now. Like, they got the touchdown. They cut into the lead. You want to get a stop and go into the half, get all the juices, all the excitement, and be like, listen, the passing game's rolling. We got this. The comeback's in full effect.
Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. First snap of this drive will come from their own 17. May not be the most memorable play of the day, but it's important as he gets them out to the 25-yard line. The Buckeyes can really attack on this second and short. To the air, it's Stevenson. Throws to the wideout. Missed his receiver there. It's incomplete.
Well, on that last play, you'd like to see the quarterback be a little bit more accurate and give his guy a chance to make the play. That ball wasn't even close to his intended target's body.
And the Buckeyes come to the ball trying to pick up this third and short. Bring in the heat. Another incompletion on third down.
Defense did a great job. Third and short on the opponent's side of the field. They're expecting quick throw. Everybody, they dug their heel on the ground. They're able to break on the ball, force the
Makes the grab, got the conversion, and still going. A quick tackle made, but he's got plenty for the first down. The Buckeyes come to the line with a new set of downs. The sure hands, it's Bell. And a good job of coverage by that defense, just a short pickup. Going to swing it on second down. Throws to the back. Hits the open man. They bring him down, but the big play will move the sticks. The Buckeyes will hustle to the line. Looking to throw on first down. Intercepted. A first half turnover can swing momentum. He goes down after the short return, but what a play to get the football back. Looking downfield on first down. He's going to take off. And he has a solid gain on the play before sliding. We got a timeout here late in the first half, and they'll try to get more points on the board before the break. Wants to throw. They'll have to be efficient against the clock. Fires to the big fella. Powers through. Brings into the open. You want to talk about shifting the field in an instant. He's got it all the way down to the 10-yard line. The Bruins have it in scoring position on first and goal. Going for 6. Can't make the grab as he was going for 6 right there.
Well, this offense has gone his way early and often in this game. They've gotten into a nice rhythm. That time, though, the defense was expecting the throw going his way, and they put a really nice hit on him to force the incompletion.
That completion will take it inside the 4, and the offense is threatening. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. Looking to throw on third and goal. Fires into the end zone. Touchdown, UCLA. Fit it in the window for the score.
Well, the head coach has to love what he saw from his offense here. At the very end of the first half, when you've got to have an execution, has got to be great in these 2-minute type situations. Really nice job handling the situation by the quarterback, making sure all 10 other guys on offense are on the same page. And they're still losing the football game, but that's a touchdown they absolutely needed to have here at the end of the first half.
One more play before the teams head to short game. They'll head to the locker room for halftime. And the Buckeyes will boot it away to start the second half. And he'll just take a knee, and this drive will start at the 25. The UCLA offense is back on the field, ready to go to work. I imagine we'll see them go right back to work up top after how productive that passing game was in the first half.
And it's interesting. If I'm the defense and I've got the lead, they've had success throwing the football, but we're winning. I don't know that this defense changes too much of what they've done in the first half.
I think they got to do a better job with pass rush. They might want to change their coverages as well because they're probably at this point expecting.
Trying to beat the D deep. And that's going to be incomplete. Going for broke on second down. The third down's coming up. Trying to pick up a first down. Looking downfield, it's McIntyre. And the pressure gets there. And down he goes at the 18. And the Bruins will try to pin them back with the punt. 3 and out and not much choice but to get rid of the ball. He was hoping for a little more running room, but they're able to get him down at the 45. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. They'll leave it with him. And that's a very productive first down play and bringing up 2nd and 3. Back to pass. Going for the big play. Makes the catch. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Ohio State. And with the way he's throwing it right now, there are some big names at the top of that record list. J.T. Barrett, Dwayne Haskins, Justin Fields. Might be getting ready to move them down a notch.
And moving those guys down, that's a day. That's the day you dream about. That's the day where the ball's barely touching the ground. You're in a zone, and everything is going your way.
Rides the back and leaves it. Picks up the first down. And he's brought down after a nice gain. The Bruins come to the line in the hurry-up.
And how about that? Right after they get the explosive play running the ball, they're going right back to the line of scrimmage for some tempo.
And the defense gets home and makes a play at the 37-yard line. And the Bruins have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. The run from the shotgun. And he was fortunate not to lose yardage on that play, able to wedge it back to the line of scrimmage.
And yeah, that's kind of surprising. And we talked about this before the game. One of the big matchups. Run the football against a defense that's been susceptible against the run throughout the season. But this offense just can't find a way to get it going. And I'm surprised, but now what's your counterpunch? How are you going to get the ground game going? Because so far, not a lot of success.
Punt is in the air. Really nice job all the way around. Got a few blocks, made a couple of moves, and a good return on that one before he's pushed out of bounds. Smith takes the handoff. He breaks the tackle.
Man, is it nice to be able to hand the football to a guy that can break tackles, that can make something out of nothing. Just, it makes it so much easier on offense. You can hit that big play, the big home run. Just the ability to break tackles can make a back really special.
And he is finding wide open defenders all over the field. His 3rd interception of the day. From the gun, they'll try to impose their running game. And he never had a chance. Just stopped cold as soon as he got it. Not what they had in mind to start this drive. Here comes 2nd and 13. Looking for a man. It's McIntyre. Quarterback feeling the pressure, and down he goes at the 22.
You can just see the excitement this defense has every play. They're almost wishing this quarterback drops back to throw because they know they're going to get home to him. That's the 6th time.
He lobs one high down the left side. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers. The Bruins will line up to punt it away. Doesn't say much for your drive when you're looking forward to the punt. He only needs a sliver of daylight. Working his way on the return up to the 40-yard line before he stopped. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Out of the gun, the running back has it. Got the first down. Looking for more. There he goes. He's at the... And he rolls into the house. Touchdown, Buckeyes.
I love the execution on that play. Great blocking up front just to get the ball carrier an opportunity in the second level of the defense. And then at that point, it was make a guy miss and use the speed. That was a perfectly executed play.
He'll take the return, try to get better field position. He's got great speed. He found some really good running room on that one and just about got loose. As it is, good return to set up the drive. Off play action on first down. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. Got it behind the line. It's Sims. And he's able to shed one tackle and pick up pretty good yardage. And the Bruins want to move quickly. Wants to throw. It's McIntyre. Blasted as he lets it go.
Man, I like the aggressiveness on 3rd and short, trying to throw the football, take advantage of a look that they got. They weren't successful, and now it's 4th and short territory. Who knows what they're going to do?
Wanted to make sure not to give them a chance for a return as it goes out of bounds. Okay, here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Then that last drive, if you want to call it that, was efficient. One big run for a score, David. See if they can do it again.
Yeah, and I find it hard-pressed they're not going to give it right back to him. You break that long of a run, get a touchdown, Jesse, I'm assuming he's going to touch it again.
You're absolutely right, David. Everybody in this stadium, I think, is expecting him to get it again, too. Big-time players make big plays in big games. Let's see what he can do here.
The Buckeyes with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. From the gun, leaves it on the inside with the back. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball. They'll come to the line at the 42, facing a 3rd and long. Unloads to the wideout. Finds a man on the right. He's brought down, but there's a flag on the play. Let's see if it stands. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. So the offense is going to go for it on 4th down. Quarterback adjusting the pattern. Oh, they're after him. He's got it and more than enough for a first down. Touchdown, Ohio State. And the stomping has commenced. The kick is up and good and put one more on the lead.
Man, quarterbacks have to do a great job in the pocket, letting routes develop, taking their time. He does, throws the ball down the field, receiver catches it, and then does the rest, takes it in to the end zone for 6.
Looking for a man. It's McIntyre. Fires to the wideout. Intercepted. Man, they just can't get anything going. Finally brought down, but what a play, not only to get the football, but to flip the field position with the return. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. Defense there to stop him after he picked up a yard. Ball's at the 17. Picked up 2 yards on that last one. They need 8 on second down. Looking to fire. Rushes on him. They get to him as he throws. And that one is picked up in the end zone.
Well, the good news is after that second pick of the 3rd quarter now for this guy, they're still winning the game, but they are living dangerously right now. And they can't expect to hold on to that. This guy keeps making bad decisions like we've seen here now in the first period of the second half.
Man, it's got to be frustrating because you always talk about taking care of the football, and you've got to lead in the second half. You need your quarterback to play.
And it's picked off for the 3rd time today. Got some room to run. And he's out of bounds at the 2. Almost a pick six, but they're set up on the doorstep. Well, this drive probably won't help them pile up yards, but they could get points quickly, starting it with a 1st and goal. Touchdown, Buckeyes! Quick strike through the air for the score.
And I love the play call on offense there. It's a sudden change situation. You just got the turnover. You're now going to take a shot because you got the defense on their heels after they're back on the field quickly. Really nice play call.
51, UCLA, 21.
And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Wants to throw on 1st down off the play fake. And the ball comes out. What a disastrous play. Defense scoops it up, and he's headed the other way. Touchdown, Ohio State. This defense making a big play and putting it in the end zone. And he made the extra point without problem. They're getting set to kick it away, and that last score took a little oomph out of this crowd.
Man, defenses are always trying to force turnovers to get the ball back to their offense, make those big plays. You know what the cherry on the sundae is? When you force the turnover, the pill hits the ground, you scoop it up, and you take it all the way back to the house. Huge play for this defense.
Throws to the wideout. And this will be incomplete. A big hit there forces 2nd down. As they get set to snap it, time winding down here in the quarter. The give on the option. And brought down. Looks as if that's how we'll end the 3rd. Well, guys, Ohio State has the lead here. And it hasn't been much of a contest as we take a look at the overwhelming game stats through 3. After swapping into the field, they gave them a little time to figure out how they'll open the final period here on 3rd down. Gets it out quickly. Solid work and execution there. They'll have a 1st down as they mark it at the 40. The Bruins come to the line with a fresh set of downs. Back to throw, it's Mims. Makes the grab. And a good job in coverage there as they stop it after just a few. Try to make up for some of that lost ground on 2nd down. Gives it on the option. Got the 1st down and more. They finally wrestle down the senior, but not before he picks up some valuable ground. And the Bruins are marching down the field. Use the play fake, now to throw. Gets it out fast. And just a short, safe pass play, they pick up a few. Here comes the offense on 2nd down. Pulls it in. They make the stop, but the sweet rolling catch is plenty to give them a 1st down. The Bruins pounded the rock to move the sticks, now back to work. They're in the red zone, and they'll pass it. They get enough rush, and it pays off. The sack at the 20. That last play, the kind of thing that can mess up a really good drive. It's 2nd and 17. Wants to go up top. Unleashes to the end zone. Touchdown, Bruins! Made the grab in the end zone for the score.
Yeah, good for them. They put together a drive. They got a touchdown. It's been a bad day. I mean, this is a day they're going to want to forget. They're getting destroyed, but at least you get some positive vibes. Maybe finish this game on a little bit of a high note. A little bit.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. From the gun, they'll try to impose their will. There he goes. Stopped him at the 41, but that's a big pickup of 15. One play in this drive and already out to the 41. It's 1st down. Shakes off the defender. And the defense makes the stop after a minimal gain. Didn't get much on 1st down. It's 2nd and 9. He'll keep it himself. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Phenomenal job by the defense that time, shutting down the option play. They knew they were going to see this in this game, and all week long in practice, they really focused on this assignment football, making sure the dive, the quarterback, the pitch, all taken away. Nowhere to go with the football that time offensively. The defense coming up with a huge negative play.
They'll run it. They want to take their time here.
And here's the mindset if you're on offense. Fourth quarter, you've got a huge lead. Obviously, you're going to run the football, but just be aware of the clock. You don't want to snap it too quickly. You're probably just doing safe runs inside the tackles like you saw right there. You just got to execute. You got to be aware, but you've got this game in hand so long as you don't turn it over.
The Buckeyes come to the line on 3rd and short, looking to keep this drive moving. There were serious revolutions on that 3rd down pass, but it's incomplete.
And the offense comes up short on 3rd down, but I tell you what, they still had a good day. There's so many positives to point to. I'll be interested to see if they go for it here.
Makes a grab past the marker. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a 1st down. New set of downs after the completion. Making sure they have good balance, keeping it on the ground. And he's very fortunate to get it back to the line of scrimmage, greeted by a sea of defenders. The give to the running back from the shotgun. Got enough for the 1st down and wants more. And a really nice run and pick up there before the defense avoided disaster and stopped the really big play. To the ground with the back. He's dragged down at the 12 as they try to cash in on this red zone opportunity. I know both of these teams were ranked, guys, but it really seemed as if they